Hello. This short animation is going to demonstrate the use of the model for improvement in a QI project. The specific subject here is fasting times before elective surgery, but the model can be applied to almost anything. Like most other projects, ours started by gathering a project team, including all members of the multidisciplinary team, including patients too. We started by setting an aim. This may seem obvious and an unnecessary step, but a clear and succinct aim will help you to keep your focus and avoid your project spreading into other areas. Remember to make it SMART, that is, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. We decided to limit our scope to same-day elective patients, excluding obstetric, peds, cardiac and neuro, and concentrate on fluids as this has the best evidence base. We initially set ourselves a deadline of 3 months for improvement. The next question in the model is about measurement, which you can read more about in our measurement learning module. We chose to measure average nil-by-mouth times. You could also measure a number of patients above a certain set standard, but we chose average measures for simplicity. There are also a host of process measures, feedback from staff and patients, percentage of staff completing our information cards, etc., etc. And we have balancing measures, measuring the number of delays or cancellations, as our changes could have adverse effects which we need to know about. The last question in the model is about what changes you can make that would lead to an improvement. We came up with some ideas by asking staff and patients for their ideas, asking other hospitals how they manage this, and searching online and in journals for similar projects. So then we take each improvement idea and put it into a PDSA cycle. That means we plan how we're going to make our improvement intervention, then we do it, then we study it by measuring the impact that has, and then we act on the results. That might mean modifying our intervention or trying something different. Then we come up with a modified plan and go around the cycle again. So our first idea was to try a patient-held document, which staff filled in with personalised nil-by-mouth information on the morning of surgery. We planned it out and then implemented it. Then we studied the effects this had on our measured fasting times and other balancing and process measures. We found this had a very small effect on fasting times, and our feedback was that staff forgot to fill it in, or patients lost it, or it accidentally got filed in the notes. So we decided not to pursue that idea any further and to try another. Our next idea was to ask staff to record and display nil-by-mouth advice on a whiteboard, so everyone could easily see this information and we weren't relying on verbal handovers of information. This had a bigger impact on average nil-by-mouth times, and our feedback was that most anaesthetists found this easy to do and completed the information as requested. Reassuringly, we also didn't see any increase in delays or cancellations. We still wanted to involve patients in our improvements, so we decided that in our next improvement cycle, we would emphasise fasting times and slightly change our preoperative patient information on fasting. We found that this had another positive effect on our fasting times. You can see that by testing and refining change ideas in turn, you can accumulate quite a big improvement over many improvement cycles. However, over the next few weeks, our average time started to creep up. We looked at why that might be and found that compliance with our new processes was slipping, which is quite common after any change. You can see that keeping an eye on data and a range of outcome and process measures is very important to know how you're doing. So in our next cycle, we concentrated on sharing information and educating our colleagues to improve compliance with what we had already changed. Thankfully, this had the desired effect and our average times improved again. You can carry on changing and refining your process across a number of cycles, or you can then formalise what you've changed as official hospital policies once you're happy that they're working well. So, in summary, we've seen how the model for improvement can help us plan and execute an improvement project. Good luck with your project, and don't forget to add it to the PRISM website so you can share your successes with others.